While most circadian alignment products focus on targeting the melanopsin cells in your eyes, the ones most sensitive to blue light, the Tuo bulb uses a new technique. The Tuo bulb uses specialized color opponent light technology that has been shown to be more effective at triggering your circadian system than standard bright light therapy. Because it works at a much lower light intensity, this is a perfect alternative to people who find traditional SAD lamps bright, glary, and uncomfortable. However, there are some downsides to be aware of, like visible flickering, especially on higher settings, as well as other bright lights interfering with the underlying technology, which we're going to go over later. The shadeless lamp is a bit odd at first glance, but this is because Tuo doesn't want anything in between you and the light. As a fan of clean aesthetics, I was a bit bummed that the Tuo 2.0 logo faced backwards when the bulb was fully screwed in, and the switch was a bit odd because to turn it on, you'd flip it down, and to turn it off, you'd flip it up, which felt backwards to me. Now on to the science about how this thing's supposed to work. The Tuo bulb works by rapidly shifting between a violet and an orange light, mimicking the color contrast that you would normally see at sunrise with the orange horizon and the blue sky. Now, of course, sunlight doesn't flicker, but this rapid color switching stimulates the suprachiasmatic nucleus similar to the way blue light does, only it seems like better. Now, the question is, of course, does the technology employed in the Tuo actually work? Well, we have one study to look at, published in the Journal of Biological Rhythms in 2024. This study involved just 6 participants, which is a fairly small sample size. Participants were also not blind to the lighting conditions or the study's hypothesis. However, the key outcome, circadian phase shifts, was measured objectively through salivary melatonin assays, which are much less likely to be biased by placebo. Now, for the actual study, participants were shown one of 3 lights for 2 hours in the morning: a static white light, a blue light, and a color opponent white light like the Tuo uses, modulated at 19 Hz. After exposure, dim light melatonin onset was reassessed with hourly salivary samples to calculate phase shifts. The results were that the static white light did not produce any phase shifting, the blue light did produce about a 40-minute phase shift, and the color opponent light produced a 1 hour and 20-minute phase shift, being significantly longer than the other 2. Now, while this technology does seem to have some merit to it, it relies on the visual detection of this color switching, which means the ambient room's light can't overpower that flicker. The Tuo has to be the dominant light source. Tuo recommends staying within 6 feet or 2 meters of the bulb during use, and they do also say about 2 to 4 weeks of use time might be required to see the results you're looking for if your sleep phase is really out of whack, but that's pretty typical for any light therapy. Now, once you set it up, the Tuo bulb is a very simple device to use. However, it does require an app and an active Wi-Fi connection to work. Once you connect your light, you will set up your circadian plan, which is based on your age, your chronotype, and your ideal wake and bedtime. By default, this gives you a wake window of 45 minutes, followed by a very long active window, and then the calm mode turns on 1 hour before bed, but you can change all of this. On the main screen, you can change the circadian impact level, as well as the color temperature and brightness of the bulb. The impact level ranges from 5x to 35x and essentially changes the flicker depth of the color opponent light, changing its impact. You can also change the current settings to the default for whatever mode you're on. Now, by default, the wake mode is set to 20x, the active mode is set to 10x, and on calm mode, it's just set to 0. Now, if you're curious, 35x is very noticeable. A lot of people think flicker is, the end of the world and no lights should flicker. This is flickering on purpose, and it's not really turning off and on, but rather changing its modulation depth between 2 different colors. I actually had my wife Melissa come over to check it out, and I think it was set to either 10 or 20x. She couldn't even notice until I changed it to 35x, and she was like, oh yeah, okay, I can tell. So it's not as bad as you think. You can kind of forget about it. Going back to the app, you can also set up an on-off schedule as well as 15-minute fade durations, which is a nice touch. They do have Alexa integration, but all the other smart home integrations are coming soon. Overall, the app works really well. The only downside, I guess, is that this does require an app. You don't have to pay for it, but you do need active Wi-Fi and all that stuff for it to work. Now, as usual, I tested as much as I could on this light, especially the modulation depth. I just wanted to make sure this was the same as the study. Using our lab grade flicker meter, the first thing I did was test 10 and 20x. With this, I can confirm that the 2.0 is modulating at 19 Hertz, which was the same as was used in the study, so that is good to see. Now, of course, I can't really test the actual violet and orange modulation by themselves. I don't have technology for that, but I think what's important is that the 19 Hertz is there. Now, the 2.0 has a calm mode that, of course, does not use the flickering, but I was a bit disappointed to see that the high frequency flicker is still there on the calm mode. This doesn't fall under any high risk categories. It would have been nice to see a nice, steady, calm output for that. As for the spectral output itself, it's a bit odd looking. The 2.0 uses violet LEDs in place of your typical blue pump LEDs, which you can see in the spectral graph here. Overall, the color rendering for this bulb is horrible. The TM30 fidelity scores come in at about 66 out of 100, and both the 2300 Kelvin all the way up to the 5000 Kelvin color temperature settings have a positive dove of 0.004 to 0.01, meaning this has kind of a green tint to it. So since this does have to be the dominant light source, this might not give you your best look. So if you get on a Zoom call, you might want to turn on another light, turn this off or something. Overall, the 2.0 experience was great. The app works very well, and the flickering wasn't as annoying as I first thought that it would be. The 20x setting on the wake mode can get a little annoying, but it's only on for 45 minutes before it turns to the 10x, and that one pretty much disappears in my vision. Based on the data, it looks like this would be a great choice for anyone who doesn't want to use a super bright lamp. A lot of people are light sensitive to those kind of things. And also, if you've used bright light therapy and it just straight up doesn't seem to work for you, this could definitely be an alternative worth trying. Okay, that is it for my 2.0 light bulb review. If you guys liked the video, please give it a like, and I will see you next time.